because I'm getting experimental on this. Good evening, drivers. Welcome back to Nocturnal Combustion. I just pulled something in my fucking shoulder, so that's going to be fun. I am running solo tonight. It's just me here at the shop in the studio, finally trying to get some video going. This should actually work. If you're seeing me, I've figured something out. You know, the challenge before with getting the video up, and you know, some of you want to see the video, is I have a shit ass old fucking laptop, and in order for us to run in the studio, I have to use that thing as of now, and made everything choppy, drop frames and stuff. But we are here doing it down in the paddock at the sim. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a challenge and try and run tonight's Nocturnal Combustion while I turn laps at Road America. If you don't know Road America, it is one of the best tracks in the country. It's one of my favorites, among one of my favorites. I think they're all my favorites. No, obviously being from California, we love Laguna Seca, and I love our local track, Chuckwalla, but that's not here on iRacing. I'm going to be in iRacing, driving the AMG GT 2020 Evo camera caster liveried up deal here while we do our episode. I'm going to try and shift real soft shift for our late night escapades. So you don't hear the clicky clacky because I'm doing just my video this time. It's experimental, right? So we're going to see how well I can do this, talk to y'all about what I want to talk about while I drive laps. There are people on course. So this is a little bit of a test run how our Nocturnal Combustion races will go, because me and Damien will be running these races from the cockpit while we talk to you. And yeah, so I'm going to hop out on track. You're not going to be able to hear anything, so I turn the audio down. But we'll get going. Hopefully I don't run into the microphone too many times. You will hear the pit limiter go off and on. And good luck to everybody out there. I don't have a spotter on, so I have to watch my mirrors while I do this. And yeah, welcome back. It is Tuesday night, which means I will have this done tomorrow at some point. You know, we debate having these released in the morning for everyone to go listen to them on their drive in, but now I'll watch them. I want to keep consistent of getting these things on YouTube so y'all can sometimes see me, or you might see something a little bit different. I finally put together a concept where I edit together some iRacing video over me and Damien chatting. It's up there. Some of the time got dropped off. I don't know why. And I didn't want to wait another hour for it to reload. So it's missing probably the last 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes, who knows? I'll take a look later, and if it's bad, we'll take it down. But other than that, a light week in racing. So we are smack dab at the front end of no Formula One for 5 weeks because of the war in Iran. Bahrain canceled, and Saudi Arabia canceled. Because there's rockets and bombs and shit going on. They can't risk another black flag and having a race in the Middle East when there's a fucking war going on. Although, a little bit of news. Looks like we might have a ceasefire for a couple weeks, which is too little, too late to save F1. Maybe it's enough to make our gas prices better. I feel bad for anyone in racing right now because fuel is up. Oil is up. And that means race fuel is up. Out here in California, at least in San Diego, we're looking at over $6 a fucking gallon. And I haven't looked at race fuel, and you know it's going to be insane. So when you go see those drivers out on track and you see those sponsors and everything, go show some support, because they are taking it right now. Ticket sales didn't change. They're not suddenly getting more sponsorship, especially on the grassroots level. The organizations, the big ones, the Formula Ones, the IMSAs, the Carrera Cups, all those things, they've got their fuel baked in. As far as I know, I could be wrong. That'd be a good question for the next time we have an interviewee in, is asking about what responsibility the race organizations have. IMSA, F1, GT, SRO, GT, Porsche Carrera Cup, in terms of what they supply the teams. I'd be curious to know. I don't think F1 charges the teams for fuel. I think that's all baked in. It would have to be. I don't think they're charging them for tires. I think it's all baked into the operating costs. Maybe that's something we'll do on one of these episodes. We'll start to break down more the inner workings of racing for everyone out there who's new to motorsport, new to Formula One or NASCAR or whatever series it is that you've decided to become passionate about, which is hopefully why you've come to find us here and me here talking to you about racing and motorsport stuff, is because you found something you enjoy watching. Tons of different series, and usually there's a shit ton of stuff to watch, and there's probably stuff to watch this past weekend. I know there are some GT races. I forget where. I've kind of been really busy, so I didn't dive too much into those. All caught up on MotoGP, all caught up on IndyCar, all caught up on F1. So it was a light week. If there's a series you want us to check out, leave a comment, whether it's on social or on the podcast or whatever. Let us know what you want to listen to. So been an interesting year so far. We've got, some craziness going already in F1. We've had Adrian Newey drop from the team principal role at Aston Martin because their dog shit car probably contributed to that. But I feel like we cover F1 a lot. We're already all caught up there. At MotoGP, we're all caught up on. So let me see. I am excited about, and you've heard me mention it before, the fact that we're going to be unfortunately closed the weekend of the 17th, 18th, and 19th here at Cameron Castor. So you won't be able to come in and visit me and us and everybody here, because we're going to be at the Long Beach Grand Prix, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. 50 years of Long Beach